Getting picked up as a little kid, heading up to Steamboat, we'd always drive through this canyon. We didn't go up to Laramie and down through Walden up to Steamboat, but we would take the Poudre Canyon. I'd be sitting in the back seat with Heidi, their golden retriever, seats laid down, sprawled out with sleeping bags, taking 3.5 hours to go up this twisty, windy road, remembering my grandpa, who pretty much can sleep anywhere and everywhere, telling me that he could drive these roads with his eyes closed. I don't doubt it. They had a condo up in Steamboat since 1982 and went up and down this canyon thousands of times probably. And now, when I get to drive up this canyon, it's with a whole different mindset. Instead of sitting in the back seat, waiting until we got there, I get to drive with my wife or sit in the passenger seat, looking out the window, listening to the Poudre, seeing the beautiful scenery that is the Poudre Canyon. So I thought today it would be a good opportunity for me, as I just took you up the Thompson River Canyon, to go up the Poudre Canyon and see what it's all about. So what we did is we started just outside of Fort Collins and started heading up the Poudre along Picnic Rock, then along and up to the Mishawaka, where a lot of people coming in from out of state will journey to have lunch. So hopefully you guys enjoy this drive up the Poudre Canyon. What's up, everybody? My name is Patrick Soukup with Soukup Real Estate Services here in Fort Collins, Colorado. If you're new to the channel, it's everything that you need to know about Fort Collins: eating, sleeping, playing, driving up the Poudre Canyon. And if you're considering moving to Fort Collins, we are licensed real estate agents, so give us a call, text, or email. Without any further delay, let's jump up and into my truck and drive up the Poudre Canyon. Enjoy. We just took a drive up the Poudre Canyon to Mishawaka, where people will come up, have lunch, watch some music concerts, all while on the Poudre River. It's a little bit windier of a road than the Big Thompson is, and I did have a little bit of road traffic when I was coming up here. Was there for about 7 minutes. They're just doing some shoulder work, but time-wise, it would take me about 15 minutes to get downtown, another 10 to 15 minutes to get to the, on 287 to the base of Highway 14, kind of the turnoff onto Highway 14, and then from Highway 14 it was about 25-minute drive up to Mishawaka. So in all, it could be a 45 to 50-minute drive from my house to Mishawaka for a lunch. But even today, people are out sitting on the patio having a good time, enjoying themselves. And it is a little unfortunate because there's definitely some burn areas as we're coming up the Poudre. About 2 years ago, summer of the year of 2020, we had some massive fires here in northern Colorado and Masonville. And unfortunately, the Poudre Canyon did get hit. So there is definitely a lot of burn scars on the sides of hills. But comparatively to the Big Thompson's got a lot of pines as you're going up the hill, faster roads, whereas Highway 14, the Poudre Canyon, will have a lot more foliage, less pine trees, more curves, so slower paces. But that was our ride up the Poudre to Mishawaka. So if you're looking at having lunch outside of the city, but still, in country, in the mountain territory, check out Mishawaka for some lunch. So it was about 30 minutes from really kind of the edge of Fort Collins up to the Mishawaka. So again, from my house, as I kind of talked with you about it would be about 15 to 20 minutes downtown, another 10 to 15 minutes to kind of the base of the foothills, and then from there, 30 minutes. So you could look from anywhere between 40 to 60-minute drive from the southeast side of Fort Collins up to the Mish. And in that time, you're going to drive by Picnic Rock, Gray Rock, and then up to the Mish. Not Rock's a great area for you and your family to go spend an afternoon, picnic, jump into the Poudre River, probably drive up 2 miles, and then tube down the Poudre. Now, there's specific times of the year that you're going to want to do this. We saw the river really, really low. It's probably the lowest it's going to be for the next 3 or 4 months while winter sets in and our snow melt stops. But as you get into that spring season, that Poudre River can just roar. And they actually tell you not to get in tube really April, May, even beginning of June, and not start to tube until middle of June and into July when it starts to calm down a little bit. But you could head up to the Picnic Rock and picnic and have fun, sit out there with the family, jump off Picnic Rock and into the water, fish, all that good stuff. Or if you want to get a little bit more active, Gray Rock, another 15 minutes or so up from Picnic Rock, probably a 3 to 5 hour hike up and down, maybe a little bit more with kiddos. A pretty intense hike, so be prepared. It is something that you are going to be breaking a sweat on and quite difficult. But within 30 minutes of Fort Collins, or 40 minutes of southeast Fort Collins, I could get to Gray Rock and have an amazing hike. And one thing that our clients have, really enjoyed doing is having an excuse to drive up the Poudre and have lunch at the Mish. So if that's something that you want to do, sit along the Poudre River and have lunch. It's a good drive. You're really going to enjoy the scenery. And then you have some good food while you're sitting along the Poudre and maybe even watch a show. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that drive today and what it looks like driving up the Poudre Canyon. Another 2 hours or so, you got yourself to the base of Steamboat and hitting some amazing ski hills. So take care, everybody. Until next time.